Anything you hear or see on this episode cannot be held against Checkers Records and More. Copyright Checkers Records and More 2022. Checkers Records and More, brought to you by Howe Patio and Windows. They bring you premier windows, sunrooms, siding, and roofing in all of Southwest Michigan since 1983.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus, or as our brothers to the south call you, Jesus, we thank you so much for this bountiful harvest of Domino's, KFC, and the always delicious Taco Bell. I just want to take time to say thank you for my family, my two beautiful, handsome, striking sons, Walker and Texas Ranger, or TR, as we call him. And of course, my red-hot smoking wife.
What is going on, everybody? I've got two little co-hosts with me today. What's going on, boys?
Nothing much.
So, Paul's a busy man, so he's pretty much off all of July. Nice Saturday night, I'm like, hey, boys, you want to be a co-host? And they're like, well, yeah. You almost didn't make it, though.
No.
We want to talk on that?
No.
No? Huh, okay. I'm sure your mom and dad would love for you to talk on it.
No.
No, I won't do that to you guys. How's everyone doing? Thank you for joining us tonight. Make sure you guys like our page, share our stream, and comment. We got Frank the Tank on tonight. He will be here probably anytime now. Internet is a little laggy, so if you guys are having issues, just kind of let us know. But yeah, huge thank you to Howe Patio and Windows. Thank you to the Foot Boys for joining me tonight. And of course, Alicia, thank you for everything that you do. So, boys, Saturday night, what'd you think?
I'm surprised T-Bone went that high in the air with a Crown Vic.
Yeah.
Would you have done it?
I would have rode.
You would have rode? You would have
Drove.
You would have drove.
Yes.
You would have.
I could
Would you have rode with your brother?
No.
Why?
Have you seen him drive? I bet Brantley will. No.
He's just as shy as Bam.
Probably.
Man, she zoomed us in.
I did because Justin said the picture was blurry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some internet issues. They'll probably clear up here. Looks like they're getting a little bit better. But so did you like the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the best part was the bus because nobody thought the orange bus won until they moved the start finish line 14 feet back.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that.
I thought he lost. I thought Pastrana won that.
So technically, yeah, if we go off of the new finish line, yeah. What was your favorite part, ma'am?
Probably T-Bone going with as high as with the Crown Vic.
Yeah. What about you? So yours was T-Bone as well?
Yeah, and probably when probably trailer race.
Yeah. Trailer races are always fun. So your uncle said that he would ride with you again, Bam. You just got thumbs up.
Gonna take Grayson with you too? It's like Grayson and
Oh,
Grayson and?
All right. He's going all out with that one. So, honestly, I thought it was pretty cool. The Channel 199 guys and Pastrana actually driving the buses for the bus rides. That was actually really cool. You guys rode Pastrana quite a few times.
Yeah.
Is he crazy?
You said, I asked him, can we go any faster? He said, no, I forgot to tighten one lug nut, so my wheel might fall off.
He did.
It was so scary. I was riding with Connor Daly and Smalls, and I was scared for my life.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Waiting in line, all I could see is Chad's face.
Yeah. It was It was scary.
The
And then I had
fourth-
Luke
the-
Crick jump in, and
Yeah,
then he
the
took over.
Yeah.
That was scary too.
Yeah, the force on the bus that it pushes you to the side.
Did you see
It
the force on the bus,
hurts.
like the wheels on the bus go around and around? Like
Yeah, yeah.
the force on the bus
Yeah.
pushes you side? Yeah.
It was like me and Bam had to stand up to like instead of like getting shoved to the side, we had to like.
I was like standing like this, trying not to get thrown around.
Yeah, I made the mistake of standing in the actual doorway when Luke was driving. Yeah, I almost went through the door. That would have been terrible. But no, they came out there. They destroyed a bunch of crap. It was cool.
First race, the flagpole race. I don't know who it was, but one of them went into one, and the other one just
Came in
hit him real hard.
and it knocked the back window out of it.
Knocked the back window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed it because I was over there stuffing my face because I was hungry. So I missed that race. Yeah, I heard that was a pretty good one. Probably shouldn't have started with that one. They probably should have led into the trailer race with that one. But I mean, the crowd was huge,
Yeah.
loud, very loud, which is awesome to see. But overall, I think the 199 group was a
Yeah.
great group. You guys went down the second year. You guys got to meet them. Just a
Got
great
a-
group. What'd you guys
Also-
get signed?
Also on the bus, I got my phone case, this shirt, my Croc, pool noodle.
No, I got a pool noodle sign.
No, I got somebody else's pool noodle, and yeah, a bunch of different stuff.
A pool noodle?
Yeah, we found one pool noodle, broke it up into like
That pool
7
noodle
different
that I
pieces,
had?
started handing it to kids so they could get it signed.
That's probably not the craziest thing Pastrana's ever signed, though, to be honest with you.
Probably not. I
We'll keep this G rated today.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of the fireworks?
It wasn't. It was good, but it like last year it didn't take like 45 minutes.
Did you say it's taken too long, or it wasn't?
Last year, I don't think you need an hour of fireworks.
So like it.
I think at least 15 minutes to 20 tops.
Okay, I won't complain with that. I thought the time was pretty good with them
I
Saturday, but I heard they had to rush them because it was getting close to cutoff time.
Yeah, and I don't know who sets up the big flame at the end,
Oh.
but I bet somebody in the parking lot felt that because I felt like I got burned.
So we're a part of the neighborhood, the Al Moon neighborhood, and there was people like, "What happened? What happened?"
Oh, caught on
Tori
fire.
Hook, I guess she lives about 3/4 mile away from the track. She actually messaged Kenny and said, "Is everyone okay over there?"
Oh,
Because she could feel it, the what do you call it, the percussion, the rumble over at her house.
really?
That's cool though. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great event. I'm excited for September. It's not going to be
Yeah.
the Pastrana group, but
Where-
usually the September one's the biggest one.
So what is Scarecrow coming to that one, or
I don't
was
know.
he still hurt over the
I
deal
think-
last year?
I think he's still hurt. I think he's still hurting a little bit. I don't know if he'll ever make a return or not. Hopefully he does. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. But hey, we got some big events coming up.
Yeah,
Big events.
I was just reading that.
Yeah, we got, American Night at the Zoo on Thursday with Ryan Priest, which he just had a heck of a finish. Did
Yeah,
you watch the race at all?
Fourth.
4th place.
I guess they went into overtime
4
5
times.
Five?
Was it 4? English. I don't have a
I thought it
whiteboard
was like-
here.
Somebody said it was like almost 27 this season. Yeah. 27 overtimes.
Jeez.
Go
So Eddie just said Scarecrow is done from what he was told. So
Oh man.
that is unfortunate.
I
But
guess now I have to have Travis Pastrana to blow himself up. We gotta ask him
well,
to give
well,
blown
if
up in
word
a
on the
car.
street, Kevin, what's his last name? Oh my gosh. Something man. Kevin Man. Is it Kevin?
I think so.
I can't. Kevin, you're going to kill me because I know you watch the show. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. He wants to be the next Scarecrow, so he might just step in.
So was it Jim York in the limo, or was that another?
That
Jim?
was a different guy. I can't remember
Okay.
who it was, but
I thought Jason
Man, he
announced
was
that he
man.
was, but
Yeah.
I don't.
yeah. So, I mean, yep. Kevin Harman.
Man.
You guys, I'm not good at words
Oh,
here.
that
That guy.
yeah.
He does usually does the tough truck or long
He-
jumps.
He
Um,
did at Galesburg last week.
Yeah.
He jumped. He had a car was painted like Superman. He had a boat with fireworks in it.
And then
Jumped over a camper and a boat on fire.
on fire. Jim Snell was in the. Thank you for the reminder, boys. I couldn't remember. But yeah, you got that big night there Thursday, and then Saturday the 13th. Probably one of my favorite events. Kalamazoo Clash. You guys, you go to that, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've seen you guys there.
Yeah, I'll be in turn 1 flagging for the first time this year.
You know what you need to do.
Oh boy.
You need to just go talk to Tyler and be like, hey, can I go up there for a race? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I know.
Just saying you should try.
I want to.
Just ask. It never hurts to ask. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that big event. It looks like our guests finally showed up here, so it was almost perfect timing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Kalamazoo Clash, 3 big events. I like it better with the 3 events. A lot better than just the 2, I think. And the Street Stocks in there is a good addition. You think so? Yeah. You know, I don't know if I ever asked you before. What's your favorite class? What's your favorite class? Street Stocks, late models?
Late models.
Late models? Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, I'm supporting you guys today. I don't know if you got that. And then you're wearing, I like that. You guys matching. Oh, look at that. See? Anything that you can think of about the night destruction you want to talk on? I know you were out there pumping. You both were out there pumping the crowd up for a while. How was that?
To let guys run, like if you're racing on Friday nights, even younger kids drive a bus in the race.
In the race?
I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think it would be fun.
You want to drive a bus in the race? Would you drive a bus? You would too? Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh man.
We'll stick her 4 wide going into 1.
You don't want to say that because then Randy's gonna be back. Nope.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean that too.
Or 4 wide on the back stretch.
All right, fair enough.
They should let people ride in buses at Kalamazoo.
Just all the time?
Like the first 4 seats have like.
Oh,
4
during the
people.
races, kind of like Galesburg does?
Yes. But you're not rolling over.
You're not rolling over like Galesburg.
I don't know. I feel like
I guess I can see how they only let one person because they are getting T-boned pretty hard.
they're going pretty fast. Faster, I think, than
Galesburg.
yeah, because they got the figure 8 they usually do. I don't know. I mean, that would be entertaining. I don't know. Is he coming now? Is that him? I can't tell if our guest is ready or not. I think he might be taking a nap before he comes on. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I feel like I need a nap right here.
Real quick before he comes out, how's your guys' season going? We'll start with you, Bam.
First, Bam.
You think it's going pretty good?
Yeah.
You've gained a lot of confidence. And I know a lot of people can probably quote me on this, that they've watched your confidence level from the first race to this last race. Pretty big. You feel like you're a lot more confident getting in that car now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so too. I think everyone does. Anthony, how about you, man?
Well, doing way better than I did last year. So opening night, my alternator belt fell off in qualifying, so all my gauges and stuff wouldn't work. So my car shut down and went a 24-second lap.
That's my slowest lap ever.
And but right now I'm sitting 5th in points in the dot front wheel drive, so pretty good about that right now. So.
It's actually a very
Oh yeah, I did wear that.
Yeah, see, Dylan even said it. It's 24 shirts. They'll bring you good luck.
Yeah, I wore that. Was it the night I got second, or is that the day after we got it, or before? But
what position are you in points right now, Bam? Do you know?
19.
19. Did you see how many cars have raced this year? So 19 may seem like a weird number, but 19 out of 75 is not a bad number.
Last year we
And
had
I
108.
And I finished 74th last year.
Were you last?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, last year I finished 17th in the Sunfire that he's got right now.
Awesome. Well, I think you both are doing an excellent job. I'm excited for Friday night to start back up to see you guys back out there. And I think we're ready for our guest.
Yeah,
Is he ready?
think so.
Ready or not?
All right, we're gonna bring him on.
And that's why they call me bad company. I can't deny bad company. Today I die.
And he's here, everybody. Frank the Tank is here. Man, a little weird. You got three of us here.
That's all right, though. We're still going to put on a pretty good show tonight, aren't we?
I agree. I
right,
think
all
so.
right.
These boys are excited. This is their first time co-hosting, and they're like, "We gotta think of questions." I'm like, "Oh, you got questions?" So
Sure.
we're gonna start right out. First off, thank you for coming out again, even
Yes,
though
sir.
you're gonna be here,
Thanks,
but
sir.
we want to get you in here
Thanks for having me.
and kind of introduce you and try to get people to know you because you got a new journey going on, and we can talk about that tonight.
That's great.
So, first question: who is Frank?
I am what you call the most professional bench seat racer you've ever met. No, so basically, I like racing. I grew up near a racetrack. I've been to the races probably just about every race, just about every weekend since I was a little kid. And I like racing a lot. I like and I like comedy a lot. So I like to talk about things that I see and throw a little extra something in there that maybe somebody else didn't see, or just throwing a little extra twist on it that makes it a little funny.
I get that. I get it. All right, Anthony, go ahead, man.
So where'd you get the name Frank the Tank?
So there's a movie from back in the early 2000s, Will Ferrell movie, and there's a character on there, and his name is Frank the Tank. Back when I was younger, I used to party a lot, and I used to be just like that character on the movie, and I just acquired that name, Frank the Tank.
Did you keep that PG?
I did. I
I like it. I'll take it. All right, Bam, I'm going to let you ask this one.
Would you rather be behind a wheel or be behind a mic?
did. That's a very good question. So believe it or not, I would actually rather be behind the microphone. I liked racing. I actually have my own race car. I've raced in several different classes over the years. But behind the microphone is my favorite spot at the racetrack.
I would have never guessed that. All right, Anthony.
All right, I got a question to follow that up. What's your worst wreck ever?
Okay, my worst wreck ever. So I used to race at Hartford Speedway when it was still a half mile.
Oh,
It was fast. My first year out there, I raced in the pure stock class. My second year out there, I moved up to the street stocks. A couple races into the season, I, for lack of better words, a non-driver got underneath me, put me into the wall, hit me so hard that I flipped the car over and looked out the passenger side window of my car, and all I could see was the top of the water tower that's outside the track. So I knew it was bad. But it was a total loss of the car, and that pretty much ended my street stock racing at Hartford.
oh man, Anthony, you just threw him to the wolves right there.
I didn't know about that one.
All right. Well, if you want to follow up with your next question, go
All
ahead.
right.
But
So, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is anything that's put in front of me. No,
same.
but,
Gosh.
barbecue ribs will probably top of my favorite. I'm a big fan of using my smoker, so I smoke ribs a lot. Or any kind of Mexican food. I'm a real big fan of Mexican dishes as well.
Good one. All right, Anthony, I'm going to actually let your brother, you had a question
Okay.
about something, a food related question earlier. Do you remember what that is?
What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal. Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, so it's kind of healthy for you, actually, believe it or not. But chocolate mini wheats.
I've never had those.
They're just like the regular mini wheats, but they're chocolate and they got frosting on them.
I mean, you
It's
said
kinda
chocolate, so you've got my
it's
attention.
kind of like eating a donut soaked in milk. They're pretty tasty.
I don't know about
That
that.
sounds great.
I recommend them. You'll like
Noted.
it.
All right, Anthony, go ahead. I'm gonna let you keep this food subject going.
All right. How do you eat your string cheese? Do you peel it or bite it?
2 bites. It's gone. 2 bites
Okay.
and it's gone.
I'm
No.
glad you didn't say fry it.
Fried dog.
Well, I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
That's just the mozzarella
Anything
stick.
fried tastes good. I promise you that.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. All right. Saturday was your first time Victory Lane announcing.
Yes, sir.
How'd it go, man?
The first couple made me a little bit nervous, but after a few, I started to feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident. I still got a long ways to go, but I did get some advice, and I feel confident that things are going to get better for me. And just keep going up and up.
You know, the best advice I can give you on that is you will never make everyone at that track happy. There you will ask a question and people are like, what are you asking? But the best advice I can give you, make it entertaining. The same questions over and over in Victory Lane, the fans will get bored of it.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know what questions you asked. I didn't catch any of it. But the same questions, I mean, you eventually start doing it for long enough where you're asking the same question. And
Yeah.
if you can make it, like I started just asking random people, hey, give me some random questions. Like, what's the wickedest thing you got in your fridge right now?
I started noticing that right away, actually, after I did the heat races, and I was asking the feature winners the same questions. I said, okay, so this is something I need to think about. Maybe I can make some changes going from the heats to the features. So
So were you interviewing in the heats as well?
So I did. I was catching all the drivers when they pulled in from the heats. I was getting doing a little bit interview with them.
Nice.
Some of them turned me down. I think a lot of them were surprised that I was even there. I probably should have went around and introduced myself, which I think I'm going to do that this week just so they know who I am.
Not a bad idea.
Maybe I'll get a little bit better response out of the drivers this time.
Yeah, I mean, has Galesburg ever done that before where they
I
did?
don't
They
think
have
so.
a few times in the past. I know Bear told me that when he was younger, he used to go down in the infield and do it a lot. But I'm hoping I can get that started back up for him again.
Yeah, I mean, if the drivers there aren't used to it, I mean, that's probably a little culture shock to them as
Sure.
well. But I mean, the more and more you do it, I'm going to tell you, I personally, and I may be biased here, it's a great addition at Kzoo because you're actually getting to know like these kids, like you experience people winning for the first time. You're there, like you had a first time winner. That excitement, the emotion, you get to experience that. So that's, for me, that was the best thing for it.
Absolutely. That was actually probably my most favorite interview of the night, and that probably made my night. That Bill Denton won that feature. And when he won that feature, he pulled in the infield, and he was absolutely ecstatic when I asked him if I could have your interview.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. You will never forget that. He'll never forget that.
I definitely will not.
And you honestly got a lot of people up there. You know, Scott Gary Jr., Frank did a good job this past weekend. Julie Marie, Frank, you did a hell of a job.
I'm not sure what
Tina,
Tina's talking about there.
Tina, is that
You know what that is.
I think I know what the term is. All right, I got you. Yep, I got you.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
Yep, it's there.
All right.
All right, Anthony, go ahead, buddy.
How many racetracks have you been to?
Oh, wow, that's a hard one. Off the top of my head, probably at least 20. I'd say between 20 and 30, all over the country. Arizona, North Carolina, South Carolina, down in Kentucky, Tennessee. At that area, I've been to some tracks down that way. Honestly, I probably forgot about half of them.
Tina's right there. Frank's trying to get fan interaction, and that's one of my questions, and we'll actually touch on that a little bit later. So thank you for bringing that up, Tina. All right, Bam, go ahead, buddy.
What's your best memory at a track?
He's
Okay.
coming in clutch with the hard questions, isn't
Okay.
he?
Well, I actually have a really good one. So, real close friend of mine, Will Slaughter. I'm sure you guys know who he is. I talk about him a lot. So I used to help him out a lot with his race car, and I remember one night he totally destroyed his car, and we pulled an all-nighter. We drug a car out of the weeds, completely disassembled one car, and took all the good parts out of another car, and basically put a winning car together in less than 24 hours. Took it to the track. Made fast time, and then the car quit running as he was pulling into the pits. Of course, we were all pretty discouraged about that.
Yeah.
I had walked away from the car for a little bit, come back, and they're all sitting there with their heads down. I opened up the hood real quick and said, you know what? I'm going to try something real quick. I think I know what it is. I went right to it. I figured out what it was. There was one little ground wire that came loose. We tightened down that ground wire, took home a checkered flag that night.
That's a good story. I like that. I like that. All right, Anthony, good follow-up question for you.
I'll let Bam have this one too. The one right under the best memory. All right, what's the worst memory at a racetrack?
Okay. It's kind of dark, but it's part of the story, guys.
How dark we going here?
So I mentioned that I used to race at Hartford Speedway. Hartford Speedway is actually where I grew up. I used to live just a couple blocks from the track. Not only did I race at the track, I worked for the track too. When I was working for the track one night, unfortunately, a firefighter lost his life in front of me right on the racetrack. I was probably 20 feet away from him when it happened. And if anybody ever goes out to Hartford, if you ever see the firefighter standing over in turn 1 during the national anthem, that's the reason. That firefighter passed away right there in that spot. And they were dedicating what they do to him every single night that they were there.
Dang.
I did not know that.
He's there.
Man. The mood just went kaploof. But that is, I could never imagine witnessing something like that. So, yeah, that is, it's not a fun one. All right, this is I'm totally switching gears at this point. But Tina Leos hit it perfect. Frank is trying to get fan interaction. So, what do you think tracks can do to help get fan interaction?
So what you're doing, I see, has a pretty positive impact. I feel like maybe with the interactions with the fans, the more and more interactions, the more they get involved with it. I noticed a lot, like downtime being between the races. I see that like people are on their phones or, they're going on the parking lot and stuff. We want to keep them busy. We want to keep them involved with what's going on the racetrack. That's what they're there. They're there for a show. So let's give them a show.
Boys, I'm going to jump in and take another question. Actually, I'm going to give this question to you. I'm going to have you ask that one right there because it leads into perfectly what he just said. Do you want to wait on it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll wait on it. All right. No, that's nope. Go ahead and ask the other question.
What's your favorite song?
Oh, that's probably the most difficult question you've ever asked me.
Let's do 'em.
So I've been around for a little while. I'm not what you call old, but there's this band I've been following since I was a kid called Slipknot. They're pretty popular.
You got these boys like who?
Who? Yeah. So they're still out there, still creating music, but they've been around for about 24 years or so.
These boys are so confused.
So I listen to a lot of heavy metal. Slipknot's heavy metal. There's a song by them that's called "Liberate," and it describes me a lot, and it's probably one of those songs where makes you want to drive fast and drive like an animal when you're on the road.
Anthony just parked right up.
Perfect song for race day.
It is. It absolutely is.
You guys are going to be listening to on the way home. All right, Anthony, go ahead, buddy.
All right. How did you get into racing and who?
So, like I was saying earlier, the reason why I got into racing is when I was a child, I lived like 3 blocks from Hartford Speedway. I could literally almost see the track from my road. And then when I first was big enough, the track wasn't actually open. It was closed. It was all overgrown. Somebody had bought the track and they reopened it. And one night I was sitting there and I heard the sounds of all these engines. Just, Dad, I got to go see what that noise is. Let's go see what this noise is. So me and Dad went for a walk. We went down to the racetrack. And we went in, we paid for our admission, and I walked up to the fence, and the sprint car come flying past me, just full tilt right past me. Then instant. That's what got me into racing. There was no way that I was going to walk away from something.
Yeah, I feel like if a sprint car is the first race car you truly see, you're going to be hooked.
I was absolutely hooked, and not only that, the smell of the fuel out of those things and just the way that they drive, it's just not like nothing else.
I agree. All right. So Galesburg, unfortunately, has this cloud over top of them and I say this because it's a bad history. What can you tell people to help get that cloud away?
What can I tell people to help get that cloud away? So a lot of it, I feel, is just respect. I feel like everybody deserves the same amount of respect. If you put on a suit and a helmet and you put a car together and you go out into the track, whether you finish last, first, hit the guy next to you, you're a race car driver. Racing is expensive. And I think regardless of any of the things that happen on the track, the race car drivers still need to be like a bottom line of some certain type of respect.
Sportsmanship.
I like what Justin says.
Yes.
I like what Justin says they're new township officials. I mean, that would
be helpful too, obviously, but it's going to be difficult with that.
Yeah. No, I like it. Anthony, go ahead, bud.
All right. So when you raced, what was your number and why?
So I raced the number 17. I have been racing the number 17 because that sprint car I was just talking about, his name was Mark Steeman. He used to race at Hartford, and he ran the number 17, and he was the track champion the first couple of years that I visited the track. I really liked his driving style, and I took my number from him because he was my favorite race car driver.
I like it. All right, you ready for it? It's your question. You don't want to ask? You want me to? All right, I'll ask it. What's more important, good racing or entertainment at the track?
50-50 mixture of both, honestly. If you think about it, racing, when they're on the track and the flag is green, how many minutes of actual green flag racing are there? If it goes green the whole way, a 20-lap race can go 10 minutes.
Yep.
So you're there for hours. You do a 20-lap race in 10 minutes. You've got a lot of downtime. So the entertainment is important. You don't want to lose your crowd. You don't want them to wander away. You don't want to get bored and go, hey, this sucks. I want to go find something else to do. You want to keep them there, keep them occupied.
I agree. That's good.
Also in Kalamazoo, if the A feature is only 20 laps, even the B feature goes green to checkered, make the interviews longer, the pictures longer, victory lane longer. So there's less downtime to where the fans can go down there and see the driver. Interact with them. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Good one. All right. Nathan, go ahead, bud.
All right. So if you had one car, any car, what would you drive?
Any race car or?
Yes, any race car.
Okay. Yeah. So in the future, I do have plans to go back to dirt racing. I actually have a street stock. I just bought it yesterday. I posted on my Facebook page. So that's going to be my return to dirt. I'm going to be racing that for a while. But the plan is to I'm eventually going to be building a modified. It's always been my dream to build a modified and go racing on dirt. So probably within the next couple of years, I'm going to be putting a chassis together. I'll be racing probably Butler, I'm thinking, but we'll see. Maybe Hartford.
Nice. I
Cross
like
that
that.
bridge when we get it put together.
Right. A couple things. It looks like that's your wife, correct, Debbie?
Yes. Yep.
You used to run demo derbies too.
Oh goodness, yes.
Is that like shouldn't talk about?
Oh no, yeah. I mean, yes. So I used to run a lot of demolition derbies. I have more demolition derby trophies than I do racing trophies. I'm actually better at crashing stuff than I am driving.
Same.
90 destruction would be great.
I remember that for one of my first trophy when I was 16 years old. I had this Olds Tornado, big old 455 engine in it, and the car was so bent up that the back end of the car had folded straight up in the air to where I couldn't see it. We had to cut a 12-inch round hole through the trunk, and the whole time I was backing up, I was aiming through that hole to hit other cars.
That's smart.
I took the feature home that night. I won the feature.
It's like your scope. You just look through the scope at that
Yeah.
point.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it felt like. I was lining up my target through that hole and I nailed it. That's exactly how it worked out, and I took home the checker that night.
Bill is 100% right. Downtime is never good. Lindsay even just said Galesburg has always done great, allowing fans and the winner to enjoy the moments without rushing things. That's the one thing I remember just going to Galesburg when I did have the chance to go. Is anytime there was a winner, they allowed all the fans to rush down there. It didn't matter who it was. There was always kids running down to victory lane.
Yes.
And that's we always quote, the kids are the future. So that's definitely huge.
Yeah, our guest last week, actually, Bryson, he used to run down there for every driver. I remember when he was real little kid. It doesn't matter who it was. He'd be the first one running across the field down there.
Yep. Hey. That's awesome, though. All right, you want to ask this next one?
I'll do it.
All right, go ahead. I'll let you.
All right. Congrats. You're the new owner of Kalamazoo Speedway. What's the first thing you'll change?
Oh,
It could be any track. I changed it to Galesburg because
Oh.
that's his main track.
This is Kalamazoo.
I didn't change it on yours. Sorry, but it's okay. It can be any track.
Those comments are going to get lit up after I say this.
It's okay.
About 10 inches of red clay.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Whoa. Ouch. You got look at these bolts. All right. So I'm going to piggyback off that. Why?
So I feel like there's more asphalt dirt tracks than there are dirt tracks in our area. I feel like one more wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't necessarily think, let's do it at Kalamazoo. But what I'm saying is it wouldn't hurt to have another dirt track in the area.
I mean, you're not wrong. Because what's our closest dirt track? Hartford.
Hartford and Butler.
And Butler's not
Butler's-
really that close.
For
Well,
I
I
think for
mean-
us, it's like almost almost.
Yeah, it was from here it's about an hour and 15.
Right. So, I mean,
Hartford's about 45.
and Joe Luck just said, look at the Butler car count. From what I understand, they have a pretty big car count.
There's so many street stocks that they're running A and a B feature, and there's usually like 15 to 20 cars in the B.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool. No, you are you're not wrong about needing the problem is there's so many different tracks like dirt, asphalt. That's a hard situation.
But they're also running on the same day,
Yeah.
so it's hard to go to like 2 or 3 different tracks in a weekend when they're all on the same day.
Yes.
You're not wrong there either.
At least if you want to do a dirt track on Friday, Hartford's on Fridays.
Yep.
But if guys race Kalamazoo's on Fridays.
Yep.
Well, you also do on Friday nights, you have I-96.
Yeah, you've got
And you've got
quite a few.
Michigan, too.
Yeah. It's just, and honestly, I mean, we've talked about this before, just the amount of tracks and just this area makes it really hard.
Yes.
Really
I
hard.
agree.
So Anthony, you got the next question too, bud.
All right. So if you were allowed to create a track, any track, how would it look?
Other than dirt. We know it's going to be dirt. So we know it's going to be dirt.
Obviously dirt. So I would do a quarter mile, and it would be banked all the way around. I don't know if you've ever heard of Tazewell Speedway down in Tennessee. That track is probably the most banked track I've ever seen. It is banked all the way around the track. When you're going down the back stretch, you're like this.
Oh wow.
That's how my quarter mile track would be. It would be a serial bowl.
Joe, you are 100% right.
So
I was so bummed seeing M40 go to Saturdays.
Yeah, I was
Bummed.
I was banking on M40 racing on Sunday because I've never been able to race there, and I took that as an opportunity. Maybe I'd be able to go run there.
Do you have any
I was gonna
questions?
say-
Oh, go ahead. You know,
Slinger. I've raced it on Xbox. It's almost like this when you're going around the whole
Yes.
track.
Yep. Yeah, that's why Slinger is really
Ooh.
fastest because it's banked like that all the way around.
dirt.
Yeah,
Say, yeah,
there
Galesburg
you
dirt
go.
would
Yeah,
be.
we put some dirt on it. I'd definitely be down to promote something like that.
We literally just talked about this with the shop. I said, you pull that asphalt up, it's there for
I just put dirt right on top of it.
forever.
Just put dirt right on top of it.
Top
Water
row.
it down
Within
pretty
2
good.
hours, we can get to Angola, New Paris, Plymouth, Butler, M4, Kalamazoo, Hartford, Springport, Corrigan, Oberlin, Galesburg. Yeah, I mean, that's what we were just saying. There's so many tracks. The water truck down there has to water from the infield because it's so banked. I'm wondering, are you talking about the track you were just talking about in Tennessee?
More than likely, yes. I'm pretty sure that the truck drives around the bottom of the infield and he actually sprays it up at the wall.
Oh,
And lets it fall back down.
That's insane. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, Tazewell Speedway in Tennessee. Check it out. You guys, the racing there is phenomenal.
All right. Do you have any questions that you thought of that you want to ask? No, you say for not yet. All right. So I only have one more question. Do you have any questions you thought of?
I thought I was thinking some, but I never did.
That's all
Oh.
right.
I do have one. Hold on.
Yeah, Justin just said you just saw that track on Facebook yesterday, Crazy Banking. Yeah,
It's pretty wild.
I'm gonna check that out. All right, Frank. I want you to go back to younger Frank. Was one piece of advice that you'd give him?
Don't skimp on safety equipment. You'll pay for it in the future if you do. I promise.
It's pretty good advice. That's
Yeah.
actually really good advice. I made the mistake of running my first year with no Hans device, and I hit the wall coming out of 4. So I bought a Hans device after that.
All those demolition derbies I did, I didn't use any neck protection.
Oh, gosh.
Being a young kid and feeling invincible. Yeah,
Yep.
wasn't a smart idea.
Man.
So visit to the chiropractor about once a month to get it straightened back out is usually on the agenda.
Yeah, it's and you always feel it when you get older too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are young. I don't know what you're yelling about. You guys are young. You got bones like you bounce back in an instant.
I fell off
Alright.
my bike on gravel.
Yeah, he just did, like, before we came, he fell.
You fell?
Off my bike.
Do you have a helmet on?
No. I never wear
I
helmets.
never wore a helmet either, so it's okay. You ever wear a helmet on a bike?
Yes, on my bike I did. I think I did on my bike because mom was always watching and didn't have a choice.
All right, we'll take that. Actually, since we asked that one, what's the 57 on your hat?
That is
Tail?
Kyle Larson. That's the number he races on his sprint car.
I swear, didn't Mark Shook run a 57 for a while at one point?
That sounds familiar.
I thought so.
think
I thought so.
yeah, I
That's
think
why I
so.
thought it was his hat.
I was just about to say something about his hat. Who's your favorite driver between, like, dirt or NASCAR?
Or asphalt.
So
Asphalt.
I kind of stopped following NASCAR. I used to be a big time Kevin Harvick fan, and then he switched to driving a Ford, and I do not promote Fords at all. So I kind of started falling away from it after that, and then, then after Harvick retired, I really haven't paid much attention to it. But Kyle Larson probably my most favorite dirt track racer out there.
What just happened? I'm questioning what just happened here.
That really just upset Bam because that's his favorite driver.
No, about Ford.
Oh boy.
Fix and repair daily.
Oh boy.
Guys, I'm a mechanic. I could go on for hours if you'd like me to.
Your wife says it better be his wife. I didn't add the just came because it better be your wife.
Oh.
All right. Now we're going to play some word association.
Oh, boy. All right.
I have a question.
Oh, you have a question? Ask away, dude.
Let's hear it.
I forgot what I was going to say.
All right.
This is awesome. You forgot?
Yes.
All right. Think on it while we do word association. If it comes back to you, you got a question too?
Yeah, I do.
You go ahead, ask questions.
So Davenport or
Ooh.
let me look at the text again.
Oh, no.
RTJ.
Ricky Thornton all the way, buddy. Davenport's a punk. He didn't.
Dang it.
I like RTJ too. I mean, that's. You think your question?
Only guy I've ever known that showed up in Winter Circle and be pissed off about it.
Fair enough.
Doesn't he have like a midget that he races too?
He's raced a midget. He just ran a big street stock race that he won. It wasn't his car. There was a guy out in Iowa that paid him to race his car, and he took home the checker.
Got another one too.
Go ahead.
What do you think about Kyle Busch?
Oh.
My wife's watching.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a Kyle Busch fan.
All right.
So, I like Kyle Busch's attitude, but I think sometimes he's a little too much. Sometimes I think he goes a little overboard. However, he's a race car driver, and it's kind of in their blood. So I understand that he's like that, but I feel sometimes he's a little too extra.
Did you think of your question yet? No. All right. We're gonna do word association here. All right. You ready for this? You know how this works, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tech.
Overweight.
Tire soak.
Everybody's doing it.
Kalamazoo Speedway.
Fastest 3/8 mile.
First racetrack you attended.
Hartford Motor Speedway.
White flag.
One more to go.
Victory lane.
Come get your checker.
Traction control.
Cheaters.
I want to race against.
I want to race against Kyle Larson, my favorite driver.
Biggest fear in racing.
Being upside down and on fire.
Yep. Favorite person at the track.
Favorite person at the track. Ooh. Chad, do we get brownie points if I say Chad?
I mean, Ken, I was thinking you might want to say your wife.
So. Oh, now you're really putting me on the fire, buddy. So yeah, my wife's a race car driver. So obviously, if my wife's racing, I'm going to cheer for my wife.
Right.
But I have a lot of favorite people at the track. Honestly, all of you are my favorite. Anybody that shows up to the track is my favorite because they're there to enjoy the same thing I'm there for.
I like it. Officials.
The track officials.
Yep.
Who's my favorite?
No, just that's the next word.
Yeah. Black flag.
Love.
Ooh, love. Tire marks on the wall. Kissing the concrete.
Snack.
Nachos with jalapenos.
Rival.
The wall.
Cheater.
Cheater. My good buddy Will Slaughter. Something tells me he's going to be blowing up my image.
Denny Hamlin.
Talks too much.
Gary Howe.
One of the best promoters I've met.
TV show.
South Park.
Song.
Answered that one away. He's livery list on that.
Hero.
My father.
Track food.
Ooh, steak on a stick.
Drink.
Oberon.
Fast.
Not me.
Slow.
Me.
Animal.
Skunk.
Skunk. What?
It's an animal.
I know, but that's
First one that came to mind.
all right. That works. Movie.
Super Troopers.
Right or left Twix?
Left.
Pit lizards.
Yes, please.
The ooh just took it from me.
Names came to mind, and that's not appropriate.
I mean, it's never bad. Yeah, we have a bleep button.
bleep
We
it.
can
Bleep it.
this.
Just bleep it.
Pit Lizards going to find the winner, the feature winner for the night.
Yo.
Sometimes they don't even have to be the feature.
Sometimes it didn't even have to be that.
All right, man. Did you
gotta
think
go
of your
last
question,
place.
buddy?
You answered it.
I did. How'd I answer?
You asked it.
Oh, in the word association?
Yeah.
Oh, well, poo.
I thought of it as soon as you said it.
That's all right. Are you guys ready for our new segment?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, Alicia, let's roll that beautiful.
Bean footage.
Well, thank you.
All right, guys, it's time for the Bench Seat Racers Weekend Racing Report. You all know who I am, the most professional bench seat racer you've ever met. This week's report is brought to you by Willy Wipes. For all your tears and other wiping needs, if you ain't wiping with Willy Wipes, are you really wiping? All right, guys, let's get to all the important highlights that you guys might have missed. This weekend is what I call a Night of Destruction weekend. And that's because everything got tore up, literally everything, which is kind of funny because only one racetrack actually promoted a Night of Destruction this weekend. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's T-Bone and Grandma's Grocery Getter. Look out! Also, too, on a side note, Ryan Crocker did the same thing at Butler, and dude, I'm glad you're okay. That was pretty wild. Did you guys know that at Galesburg Speedway, there's some billboards back there on the backstretch? There's some sponsors and stuff on them. But I've noticed that you can't see them very well. And a lot of the drivers, I noticed that they're trying to catch and see what they say. So they get up really, really close to them, but they keep knocking them down. They spend more time in the weeds. If I ever get a chance, guys, I'll go back there and I'll pick them up and read to you what they say, okay? What do you do when the guy operating the tow truck breaks the tow truck? You better hope like heck he's got another tow truck. Good thing our buddy Crazy Joe down at M40, he had a backup plan. Look on his page there, you see a tow truck pulling another tow truck. It's pretty comical. All right, guys, sorry. That's the end of my report. Catch me later. Catch me next week. I'll have a bigger and better report for you next week. Thank you.
And that's why they call me bad company. I can't deny. Bad company. Today I die.
Yep. Man, Willy Wipes. I'm going to give me some Willy Wipes.
Whoa, Chad.
Oh, yeah, PG. Sorry, guys. Where'd you get the Willy Wipes? I got to ask. Where'd my other co-host go?
He left. He's playing.
He cashed out. Are you coming back? Where'd you get the Willy Wipes? I got to ask.
I I keep talking about my good buddy Will. So that's where the Willie came from.
Okay.
So he's got a lot of fans, and when I say fans, I say that term loosely. And he likes to point out that all that crying doesn't really get anywhere because he still at the end of the day, he still took the checker flag on. So them wipes are to wipe up all them tears.
All right, I'll take it. Man, that's great. I think we're ready for Crash of the Week.
Yeah.
Let's roll the beautiful bean footage.
Well, at least it's running. T-Bone is coming hot. Right front tire down on the Dodge switch. Well, at least it's running. T-Bone is coming hot.
Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness.
Yeah, we'll talk to Lewis on that one. Yes, Bill, pass out Willie wipes with the pit passes. I like it. It's a good marketing. Yeah, Kevin, man, you got competition. T-Bone, I think he outjumped you.
Oh yeah.
You got competition. You have to buy yourself a car or something, or get the McGanns to get you one of those cars because.
How about a little bit of a head-to-head competition between them?
Oh, side-by-side jumping?
Like a jump off or something.
What if they land on top of each other?
That probably wouldn't be good.
They should put glue on the bottom and top of a car.
Jump a stacker?
Yes.
We've actually talked about doing that, but then we sold it. I've got kids. I can't do that.
That's true.
Yeah, stacker bus. I did
That
hear
would
that.
be fun.
That would be cool.
And Lewis, again, great. That camera setup was perfect for that because you literally seen how high he went there. And I was in turn one at the time there, and I'm telling you, that coming at you, that makes your butt
cool.
pucker a little bit.
I like how he caught the profile pic of the car flying past the flag
Yeah.
stand too. That was a perfect shot of that.
Because I was just saying, I thought that car was coming right to the fence,
Oh.
and looking at the thing in the air coming right as I'm like, I really hope
do
he
good.
lands. So yeah, T-Bone. I don't know who T-Bone is.
I don't
I've
even-
never met the
Aaron
guy.
Reinsberg?
Never.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, Aaron Reinsberg.
I know.
I never knew that.
And they call him T-Bone.
They did.
Huh.
I didn't know that's who it was.
Top Road just says he's got the flag stand still photo posted as well. So yeah, that's you had
I think
a
he's got it as his profile pic. on the
okay.
page.
Yeah, that absolutely crazy. Insane. I would have been still laid up in bed if that was me because like we were just on, we don't recover.
Yeah.
Very well.
It takes at least a couple.
Yeah.
days.
Man, I got nothing else, boys. Do you got anything else you want to talk about or anything before we
No.
no? Well, man, again, thank you.
you, guys.
Get some people get to know you, who you actually are,
Well, I
not
appreciate
just
that.
the bench racer, but just who you are.
Yes, sir.
And boys, thank you for joining me tonight. It was
Yes, thank you,
fun.
guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
And you guys did good. No worries. You came out of your shell a little bit there.
I was more scared being a guest than a co-host, surprisingly.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
You're not really under the spotlight right now.
No,
Am I that intimidating?
kind of.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I mean, honesty, I'll take it. All right, guys, that is all we got. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, boys. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Howe Patio Windows. Thank you to Lindsay and AJ for bringing the boys out. Thank you, boys, for actually getting your chores done so you couldn't make it out. Yeah, you thought I was just going to let that fly by? Uh-huh. Make sure you guys check in with your friends and family. Sometimes the ones that need the most help are the ones that don't want your help. Sometimes all it takes is just an open ear to help somebody through a rough time. And with that, love you guys. Thank you.